Live will begin shortly, and we're excited to share this journey with you. This is a space of kindness and encouragement, so let's be welcoming to everyone looking to better themselves. If you have questions, drop them in the chat or use the super chat to make sure it gets addressed. Thank you for being a part of our community. Let's make it a great night.
Extra. So that was.
So we've been saying that entire thing for the last 2 minutes.
And there's no audio?
Yeah.
Well, hi again, guys.
Well,
hope you can hear me this time.
Sorry about that, everybody. There we go. So welcome back to Tuesday night.
Dustin had the mute on.
I had the mute on because we were talking before the video started and I forgot to unmute it. So I boomered it. There you go. I'm 46 going on 87.
You're not yet 46.
Well, I'll be 46 this month.
Same.
High five, birthday twins. Oh.
Yes.
Anyway, so we're day 3. I'm day 3.
I'm day 2.
Into BBB&E.
Yeah. Day 1, I wanted something with chocolate. I had a rough day at work and needed some chocolate. It was rough enough. I was going to pick up Monday. Decided not to pick up Monday because Sunday was enough for me.
Yeah.
So.
Just patient stuff, ICU stuff,
Yeah. Same old.
But my food noise has been dropping, but my energy level has been down, which is not normal for me, but I don't know. I've also had some explosive restroom visits.
Yeah. Your body's trying to clear out all that old junk.
Oh, it really is. And then I've been really trying to pump in the electrolytes.
Yeah.
I've been having my coffee in the morning.
Yeah.
And then I've really just been coffee and either burgers and eggs or bacon and eggs.
Yeah.
I've really been clean the last 3 days. But I've just Sunday, I was super tired, which I guess is normal for a transitional period, going from eating some of the trash we've been eating.
I think it's because we went hardcore into the trash.
Yeah.
2 days before we started this.
Yeah.
We were like, we're going to be good. Let's be bad real quick.
Oh yeah. It was rough.
Yeah. You were on a bingey cycle.
Yeah.
So you're probably just trying to come off and clear all that mess out.
Yeah, just people saying that we have no sound. Charlie's here.
Well, who else here? I see Carrie's here. Kitchen Witch is here.
Tanya's here. Charlie's here.
Charlie.
So I can read lips, but the beard gets in the way.
I'm a terrible lip reader. Risa's here. Hi, Risa. Thanks for joining us.
Amy's here.
And Andy.
Andy's here.
Yeah. Hello, everybody.
Evelyn is here.
Evelyn!
She's the most evil person I've ever met.
I know. I just think her going, excellent.
Amy's asking, are we going to be the first Barry University graduates of Well, we would graduate 2026. even because the first class would start in September, and it'd
Mhm.
be a 6-month class. So September, October, November, December, January, February, March-ish, somewhere in there.
Mhm.
It all depends on the next few months if I can get a job that pays me enough to be able to help out around here.
Yeah, I think the price tag is what's limiting.
Even though I think the price, from what I understand,
It
is
seems actually reasonable,
yes.
but the problem is that that's just not manageable for us right now.
So the inaugural class, my understanding, Amy sent this information to me. So if it's wrong, blame Amy.
Everybody point fingers and go,
Every point, Amy
"You."
did it. And it's going to be 34 something. So
Yeah.
basically $3,500 for the first run. I would
Mhm.
like to be a part of the first class. I'm going to do what I can to see if I can make that happen.
Mhm.
I don't know how much it's going to increase for the second and on
Excuse
and
me.
on.
Yeah,
I imagine it makes sense for them to lower the price to get some people in.
to start it. Yeah.
200, because you figure there's going to be 200 people. They're
Mhm.
allowing 200. I think is that what it's a limited number, but 200 people for 6 months. They said Dr. Barry said 3 to 5 hours a week, give or
Mhm.
take. So that's not unmanageable, even if you've got a full load of kids
And
and
work and everything
work
else.
and all the extracurriculars, YouTube channels, all the things. And then there's going to be um, networking available where you're then a part of the Barryverse, if you will,
Mhm.
the Dr. Barryverse, where he's already got a host of coaches. Then I imagine that you would then be working in conjunction or in with them, so to speak, but on your own, I guess. And I guess it'll probably be, whether or not you're in the coaching classes and all that stuff. I don't know how all that's going to work. And I imagine I think so far there's 300 people who have said they're interested for 200 spots. So I
Yeah.
may not even be chosen to be the first person.
Yeah, right now financially that's the biggest limitation. I mean, whether or not you'd get an opportunity to join or not also would be part of it, but financially that's going to be the biggest issue.
Yeah, I think it would be very interesting to see how I could build a business around that,
Mhm.
because my goal would be to help as many people as I could. And I was talking to her earlier today, and I'd be like, I would probably do something where I would offer, and I don't know anything about coaching. I've
Mhm.
never really looked into anybody's coaching never looked into getting coaching by anybody.
Yeah.
So I don't even honestly know really how
What
it all
that
works.
looks like.
But I would be like, I would have business cards and be out to me striking up conversations everywhere I go,
As he already does.
as I do. And I would be like, hey, do you want a 30-minute free call with me? Just hop on, we'll talk, do it from the phone, whatever, Zoom, Skype, whatever I think Skype is gone. I think Zoom's the only one, but we'd figure something out.
Hmm.
And, free. I just want to help people, but obviously I need to pay back whatever money that we've spent, and I'd have to make a living doing this, because that would be my job then moving forward. So I'd have to be able to make a job out of it, make a good living out of it, along with YouTube. But I mean, YouTube barely keeps the YouTube lights on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
YouTube is a money suck.
Yes.
It's not a money get, it's a money suck.
Yes.
In case you're
And I
wondering.
mean, and that's the thing, is like we always try to make sure that people are aware of that.
Yeah.
But I mean, the time going into YouTube, we'd probably making $1 an hour, if that, if we're lucky. Not even.
No, you're losing money.
You know what? No one likes
You're
you.
losing money on YouTube.
Bride's Biscuits in the house. Sup,
Hello,
fam?
hello.
Janelle is here. Howdy, Janelle.
Thank you for joining
People
us.
coming over from the Chris Cook in Nashville Cooking Live.
Nice.
I hope you all had a good time over there. I know that they are going to be pausing their Tuesday night lives for the foreseeable future.
Have they talked about that with their people, or
Yeah,
are they
that was it.
dropping bombs?
No.
Okay.
That was the title of the live tonight.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure we're not dropping stuff on y'all if you didn't already know
No.
it.
I mean, so maybe somebody in here who doesn't know, but
Yeah.
so Chris Cook in Nashville typically goes live before us, 7 to 8 o'clock ish. We go live at 8, but now that may open us up to go in a little earlier, be a little more flexible.
Yeah. Yeah, but they said it's a lot of work for them to put on their lives, and again, like I
And they're
said,
very busy.
YouTube is time and money suck. So they are losing time and money doing their lives. And it isn't that, they don't enjoy it or that they don't love the crowd that they get. It's that it's just really, it's a financial and physical
Well, I mean, right
burden.
now they've got a cookbook in the iron. They've the shows for the summer, spring are ramping up for Ash. They did shows last night
Yeah.
and Monday night, or Sunday and last night, I think. And then because I mean it's like CNA week or something there. I think I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
But they're just so busy, and I mean with videos and all the things that they've got in the fire.
It's a lot.
It
It's a
is.
lot. And
It's
they're very busy people.
I worry about them. I'm even in the text. I'm like, did you guys get any time to hang out with just you guys? Are you guys getting enough sleep? Are you guys getting any kind of rest? Are you guys okay? Because I understand the work that it goes to get videos out. And then I also understand when I watch Chris's content, and I've told him this, I was like, you could probably stand to dial back some of the editing
Yeah.
because he does such an in-depth, good job.
Hmm.
He's probably in the top 10% of creators his size with editing, and almost every one of those editors or on those channels have somebody doing their editing, dedicated editors.
Yeah.
He's doing it all by himself. They're filming, they're editing, they're planning, they're doing everything on their own. And that's basically what we do too, but we're a very small channel at 6,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
And they're at 135,000 subscribers, give or take.
Yeah.
And they're doing it all on their own. So as much as it saddens me that they're not going to be here every night with us or every Tuesday night with us, they're still doing Monday mornings.
Yeah.
And we're still going to do Keto Crusade once a month.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're definitely gonna still be involved, but I can see, definitely a time and money suck.
Oh yeah. I mean it's very gratifying. YouTube
It's rewarding
is very
in other
rewarding,
ways.
but it doesn't pay very well.
No, if you're looking at making a living, this really isn't the way.
I mean, getting
I
mean, that's where the t-shirts come in, and the Amazon affiliate, which I mean we've made like $4 this year on Amazon affiliates.
Woo!
I know, right? And then I mean I don't think we've sold.
The thing is like you have to have something that's viral or the it thing right now to be able to be making financial, enough money on YouTube to survive. I have channels that I watch that are in reselling and have been basically since YouTube started, and they will tell you that they are not making enough money to survive, that they're doing the YouTube because they enjoy it. Some of them, I mean, they obviously make some money, but it's not where the vast majority of their income comes from.
Yeah, and I mean it comes down to also like we have to pay for everything we do. So I mean, the internet. Oh, and I'm not trying to like have a pity party by any stretch of the imagination. We do this because we want to.
We'll all cry.
Sorry. If we didn't want to do this, we wouldn't be doing it.
Right.
We make it work to the best of our ability. And I mean, if we had, I mean, obviously if there was more money involved, we would be, upgrading cameras and microphones and doing all the things.
And there'd probably be less technical difficulties because we would have people who were smarter than us who would run this.
Oh, mess. I mean, I'd definitely have a faster computer.
But we deal with what we've got, and we're happy you're here to put up with us.
Because we love you guys. I love everything I do with YouTube. I wouldn't miss getting up at 7:30 in the morning, going live with you guys every Sunday as far as when I'm able. And I mean, right now we've got summertime going on, so the girl's here all day.
All day. It's only been 2 days. Man, it feels like it's been a month. And I love her to pieces. I wouldn't have a day without her if I could. But 2 days of full on all kid all day. That's a lot. We still have the rest of the week.
Mm-hmm. And it's going to be rainy, so we can't even go outside.
I know.
We did get to go outside and ride our bikes a little bit. We had to be careful today because we've been kind of not going outside, so we haven't been getting a lot of sun. So we have to like temper ourselves a little bit and go outside.
So we don't all get sunburned right away.
Yeah. So like we went out to the park, and she's doing all this stuff, and And like,
But she really needs outdoor time. And if it is raining, maybe we'll go play in the rain one of the days, depending on how cold the rain is.
yeah. And I mean, the pool's open, but we want to go to the pool. But I mean, how warm is the pool? This is Indiana.
It's been cool.
It's been super
which
cool.
is kind of nice. I mean, we don't usually get a cool spring. It sometimes goes from, negative to like a million. That's just kind of how it goes.
Risa's here and says, I'm busy grilling pork chops, corn for the family, and some leeks. There's a leak in the boat.
A leak in the boat. Ah! That's from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. It's a very cute
Is that the first one or the second one? I think it's the second one.
I think it's the second one.
Yeah. And my brother's nickname is Leek.
That too.
Yeah. So just clean using out the veggie drawer.
Nice.
Carrie's asking, what do you get when you have an egg and a map and explore? Today is National Egg Day.
Woo-woo.
I dropped a short just before we came down here. So there's a short live about National Egg Day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm the egg man.
We like eggs.
Yeah, we do. I had some eggs today. Very, very slimy eggs. They were delicious. Kay is in the house. Good evening, Kay.
Thank you for joining us, Miss Kay.
Every kiss begins with Kay. Anyway, I don't know if you guys have those commercials out there or not. I don't know. Is Kay Jewelers national? I hope so.
I think it is.
Yeah.
I think it's a chain.
Yeah. Sean Bradley's in the house, all the way from his new job.
Yes.
He retired from one job
to start a new one.
To start a new one.
Well,
Yeah.
Some of us never will retire.
Yes.
That's just not a thing.
Kenneth is in the house. Ken Patson's in the house.
Hello, Ken and Stacy. Stacy's mom has got it going on. I don't know your mom. She might have it going on.
She probably had it going on.
She might have it gone. I don't know.
I don't know. Carrie said the price will keep him out for a long time.
Yeah, I mean that's really the big thing for us.
Yeah, she said it sounded like Dr. Barry's live. The first class will be cheaper, $34.95. 200 people and 300 people have already applied. Yeah. Well, I basically all I put in is my name and my email address and my phone number.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes, and if we, I don't know, we can figure something out. I don't know what we can do, but I would really like to do that.
You gonna start stripping?
I mean, I'll hold that pole. I've got daddy issues. It's fine.
You'll be all right. You figure it out.
Yeah, I will. I'm not going to count it out. There's a final exam too.
Ooh.
What can I?
But is there a final paper?
Oh, I don't know. I'm terrible at writing, but I can talk.
Yeah.
Hopefully the exam is oral. Sorry.
Maybe that's how you can pay for the class.
Maybe. Anyway.
Sorry, guys. Bad jokes.
Chris Cook and Nashville's dad's in the house just in time for our off-color jokes. There we go.
Yes. Hi, Tony.
Hi,
thanks for joining
Dustin,
us.
Chandra, and all.
Brenda's here. You missed her.
Oh, Brenda. Our friend Brenda's here. Good evening.
Thanks for joining us, Brenda.
Yeah.
Oh, itchy nose.
Yeah, Amy says the money is a lot, but it's still cheaper than other programs. So I know Maria Emmerich has a program that starts at like $4,000.
Yeah.
I want to say there's a carnivore program out there that's like $5,000 maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but
we're not saying it's not worth it. We're just saying we ain't got that kind of money right now. See the way my bank account is set up?
It's true. Yeah, the way my bank account is set up is it's empty.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's paying bills.
I mean, it's quack time, and our favorite quack of all is Rick.
Quack, quack.
Rick is our favorite quack. Welcome here, Rick.
You're welcome to be here, Rick. Thanks for joining us. That sounded weird. Yeah. Whatever. Thanks for joining us,
Maritza.
Maritza. I do like her name.
Yeah, Rick knows there's no money in YouTube.
There's no money in YouTube.
And I mean, Mr. Beast just hit 400 million subscribers.
Right. Mr. Beast makes money at YouTube. The rest of us.
MKBHD makes money.
Philip DeFranco makes money.
Casey Neistat makes money. Yep.
But these are all people who've been on YouTube for 20 years too. I mean,
there's money in YouTube, but
you have to be the it thing.
You have to play the game.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, keto carnivore isn't viral enough.
It's not the game.
It's not the game,
No. And I mean, there are some creators even,
well, Dr. Barry does well, but he's a doctor. So he's bringing value above anybody else.
Yeah. And, there's a lot I'm sure that we don't do to push ourselves further, but we're here. and we do what we do.
Well, I got monetized within 2 years of being on YouTube, which in itself is a feat. The things that I've been able to accomplish on YouTube have been fantastic.
Hmm.
Hitting 1,000 subscribers, huge deal.
Yeah.
Hitting your 4,000 watch hours, huge deal. Maintaining 4,000 watch hours, huge.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that always scared me. But I'm like right now, I've been averaging about 10,000 watch hours a year.
Yeah.
So I'm not killing the game, y'all. Most of those hours are from lives. You guys show up and you guys are here,
And we appreciate
that above and beyond everything else.
Yeah. But no, but YouTube does not pay. If you're planning on doing it as a career, or your children, teenagers, grandkids are saying, let's, do this,
Do a channel, have fun, but understand
you ain't getting paid.
everybody. If the more people who have channels, because they say rising tides raise all ships, right?
That's true.
Chandra, I don't see the vacuum cleaner for the suck.
You don't necessarily need a vacuum cleaner. Sherry's here. You missed her.
Sherry, I'm so sorry. I didn't.
My eyeballs are working tonight.
You are. You're on this. You're on this. I'm so proud of you.
Hello.
We're so glad to see you, Sherry.
We are glad to see you. Yeah, I think, there's some misconception, especially among the younger people, that they're going to do YouTube or X or Twitch,
Yeah.
or
and there's money to be made.
What's the other one?
TikTok.
And they're going to be billionaires.
I mean, I have a friend who was doing TikTok, and I don't know if it's still the same, but he was doing TikTok, doing walking videos and making like 30,000 extra a year.
Yeah.
So there's money out there. It's just, are you making the content? And I want to help people above making the content that goes viral.
Yeah.
So I want to be, and that's what I want to do. So,
well, and if you think about it, like 30,000 a year is nothing to scoff at, but depending on where you live in the United States, 30,000 a year isn't going to pay for your life. 30,000 a year is not significant in many places in this country.
Yeah, but I mean, that was on top of his salary
right,
of another job.
On top of having another job that's different.
Ash is here. Hey, beautiful friends.
Hi, Ash.
Just pausing lives while we work on bigger projects, not going anywhere. Just can't. Well, we better not get rid of you. I know where you live.
I was going to say something, but I realized it was way appropriate and it's not dark out yet. So, no.
I have no
way
idea.
Inappropriate.
You got to tell me what you meant by that later. I don't know what you're talking
about. You
want
to mute it for a sec?
Woo! Good thing she didn't say that out loud. All right.
I didn't say it out loud. Sometimes my brain does bad things.
Carrie said, did a thing last night that I will continue doing for my health. I turned the display down so it takes the blue light out. Then the cell phone is out of the room. I had a better day today.
Excellent.
I don't necessarily see, I know that people talk about that, but I think I usually turn my screen off about half hour before we actually go to sleep.
Yeah.
But I mean, maybe we're watching TV or whatever. Sometimes we're just talking. We lay in bed at night like we're we're at camp. Like last night, we were just talking into the night.
Yeah, that does happen.
Yeah.
We're jabberjaws, though.
Yeah.
You guys know that.
I mean, we wouldn't be doing this if we were not like that.
Exactly.
Amy said, Chris, Dustin, and Victor's videos are all profesh in the editing arena. I just don't have the time to spend on editing to make them perfect. It's hard. It's difficult.
It takes a lot time. Yeah. A lot of time.
I edited her video and it got over 1,000 views.
Nice.
A little short. Yeah. The one with the spiders and the squeaky noises and stuff that are falling down.
Yes.
You laughed so hard.
I did see that. You poor thing. I'm glad you didn't really hurt yourself on that. That could have been bad.
In the Pines is here. She says, hi, Dustin and Chandra. Good to see you guys. It's a beautiful evening here in Prescott, Arizona.
Hi, Julie. Thanks for joining us.
It's beautiful here in Indiana.
It was a beautiful day today. It was very nice.
Like my church job, cleaning the job is wonderful and pays. Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is, sometimes it's worth doing something because it's worth doing.
Yeah.
Not necessarily for the money.
Well, yeah. I mean, Ashley said it's not a money issue for them. They only have 24 hours in the day.
Yeah.
And there's 2 of them, and they're trying to do so much, like just being like around them and stuff. Like when I was over there, like they had like guitar students coming in and
they're just
stuff.
Busy.
Yeah, they're just so busy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a time suck and a money suck. It's both.
Yeah.
It is both.
Smash the thumbs up.
Oh yeah. Hit those thumbs. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Anyway,
And sorry.
Carrie says, Dustin, I have you on a computer. Mine is 15 years old. If this computer was 15 years old, we wouldn't be doing this live right now.
That's true. I do have a 15-year-old computer upstairs on the floor.
Yeah, but that thing doesn't even work.
I don't think it turns on anymore.
We could just, if anybody tries to come up the stairs at us, we'll just throw it out on the stairs.
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah. That is
The
heavy.
boy would be really upset if we did that to him. Ah.
I mean, this computer's been great. I'm glad we got this computer because it was at the time all we could afford, and it was one of the best for the prices. Because like everything else was like we were looking at was like $4,000 and $5,000.
Yeah.
This was like $1,300.
Yeah.
So
and it works so far. So
yeah, I've edited hundreds and hundreds of videos. We're at over 800 videos on our channel. You know that?
dear Lord.
803 videos.
You know what? Go turn them on in the background. Turn the volume all the way down. Go to bed. Let it just keep playing.
Yeah.
You don't even have to watch it. Just let it play. Just saying.
Eva Lynn says, I will not be around next Tuesday. Carl and I will be going out on our 25th anniversary.
Woo,
Can you believe
woo.
someone could stick with me for that long? Well, I mean,
I'm always impressed when people are together for such a long time because we've been together, what? How many years are we at? 15, 14, 13,
I
something?
don't know, what year is it? 2025. We're
Yeah.
coming up on this is our 14th year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 14 years we've been together and we have not committed a murder-suicide. So I'm considering us.
We hardly even fight.
Yeah.
We
Like,
hardly argue.
it's amazing.
And when we do argue, it's over dumb stuff. Like stuff that's not even like
That doesn't actually
it
impact
doesn't
either
yeah,
of
it doesn't
us.
impact our relationship. We argue about music or like
Driving.
people we watch on YouTube or whatever, the direction we're going, where the airport is.
Yeah. But so like I'm always impressed when people are together for a long time because you think about your personality and your other person that you're with and you just know that you're both totally different people and it's just remarkable that everything everybody can go through and still stay together. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I'm
pretty
proud
cool.
of you guys. Congratulations, happy anniversary.
Yes. Have a good anniversary, date, day out, whatever you end up
Rick
doing.
says his roof leaks. Well, get some of those duck feathers. They're waterproof. Maritza had eggs today.
Nice.
Awesome.
I had eggs this morning.
I did. I made those for you.
Yeah, I had those.
Yeah, we have K Jewelers at commercials. Okay.
Yes.
Every kiss begins with K. Anyway, no, they need to pay me. Pay me my money.
I don't even know if they still have those commercials.
Well,
I just know.
I know they're still in the mall. I think.
Okay, so we, us 90s. Well, us
But we're like 70s, 80s.
70s, 80s, 90s. But what's our generation called? Gen X.
Gen X, yeah.
Our Gen X minds were brought up on TV. Okay, so commercials are a part of your brain, right? So our basically son-in-law is a diesel mechanic. And I was talking to somebody today and they said, oh, what does he do? I said, he's a diesel mechanic and a darn good one. And then I had to explain to this person who's barely in their 20s what that was. And she was like, oh, it must have been really good advertising. I'm like, you don't get it. You don't get it. You don't get it because you're not a Gen Xer.
You gotta make the donuts. There's
the
just
TV was on all the time, even if nobody was watching it. It was just on for noise.
Commercials. You couldn't skip them. You couldn't fast forward. You couldn't pause them.
Nope.
You couldn't even mute the TV.
And
most
you
of the time.
couldn't buy and opt out of commercials. They were just there. So Chuck is a diesel mechanic and
like
a darn good
palm
one.
olive. I soaked my fingers in it or whatever it was.
Madge, I soaked in it.
Yeah.
Punch it, Margaret. I mean, come on. All of these things
Where's the beef?
were in
In
our
my
heads
belly.
all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to explain it to somebody in their early 20s and they just look at you like you must be an idiot because all you do is watch TV and commercials. It's like, no, that was what life was when we were growing up. Even if you weren't watching it, it was on. You always heard it. You always got it. And they just were experts with these commercials by Menon. I mean,
oh my goodness.
Oh
my gosh.
You know it.
Oh my gosh. Carrot Top has a story where he convinced, I forget who he convinced. He convinced somebody like, Mr. Wonderful or so he convinced somebody that he was the person who wrote the jingle by Menon.
Yes.
He was like, by Menon,
Amazing.
you know, and like, yeah, so it was like, okay. And he had the guy go and he was like, no, I didn't do that.
I mean, it's just like that's who we were. That's who we are. It's all still here.
Carrie said, I wouldn't know about commercials without a TV. We don't have commercials now. Well, I'll tell you, when we did, well, so we have Amazon Prime and we don't opt out of the commercials.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there were commercials, and the only commercials we would see were the Jardians commercials.
Yes.
But lowering my A1C.
And at the end, it's talking about essentially
your leg might fall off.
Yeah. Talking about getting gangrene of your genitals.
Oh, and so
I'm like, wow.
Amy said, thank you so much for helping her with the short. Yeah, for sure. Anybody who needs help, I will help edit videos. I will help you do whatever it takes. But we were talking about, she sent me a video about the black box warning on Ozempic.
Yeah.
And like, I was like, because the black box warning, and it could maybe explain to them what a black box warning is.
A black box warning on a medication doesn't guarantee that you're going to get whatever it's warning about, but it's that you have a high probability of it happening. So the risk is very great that you will have whatever complication it is. So for a long time, I was on Depo-Provera. Okay. Depo-Provera is a birth control, an injection that you get. And the black box warning for Depo-Provera is osteoporosis. So it damages your bones, right? However, when you stop taking Depo-Provera, it doesn't reverse itself, but the probability of you developing osteoporosis thereafter drastically drops, right? But if you're on Depo-Provera for a long time, I think it's like over 2 years, that you have a very high chance of developing osteoporosis. So, and that's what a black box warning is. I don't remember the exact percentages, but it's like really high percentage that you're going to develop this complication, and that's why it's a black box warning.
I mean, you think about this, like I from what I understand, the percentage of people who smoke who end up with lung cancer is like 14%,
Mm-hmm.
which is a high percentage
Mm-hmm.
in the grand scheme of human life, right? But I think the black box warnings are higher than that, aren't they?
It's essentially the way my doctor explained it to me was that it's pretty much a guarantee that if you're on this for this amount of time, you are going to develop osteoporosis. So again, I don't know all of the details of it, like percentages, etc. But I know if it's significant enough that they put that warning on, it's a very significant chance that you will develop the complication that was defined.
Brenda says, reminds me when I was a child, rain. It wasn't thundering, meant getting bathing suit on and playing in the rain. Yeah, we used to play in the rain as a kid all the time.
We'll take her out. She'll play in the rain.
She likes to jump in puddles. We just got to make sure she's wearing,
rain stuff.
I mean,
who wants to see?
I can't say we haven't had this conversation.
Yes,
it's not been brought up more than once.
Who wants to see my feet?
I mean,
I can step on food. That's about as far as
I'm not saying it's out of the question. I'm just saying, I mean, who's paying me for that? I think you pay me money to get a shirt. I think you're better
Here's
off.
what it is. Okay, click on this one. Okay. Dustin stripping, and then there's just the beard. Now imagine him stripping, and then he takes off the beard. People would pay for that.
No.
If you could just take it off. Everybody's saying happy anniversary to Evelyn and Carl.
Too cool for school.
Yes. And it's like those after school specials, the more you know.
Yeah, I still use
Everybody
that all the time.
remembers that.
Like, it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your parents are?
Oh my goodness. That I watched a thing just the other day that showed all of these famous people doing the it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? Like, that was a real thing. That's not a joke. That actually happened.
Because you have to remind people, oh, you have kids, right?
Yeah. Yeah. In the 80s and 90s. Do you remember that you have children? Where the hell are they?
Yeah. Do you know where your parents are? I don't know. They might be in Europe. Who knows? Julia Pine said, "Oh wow, I would love to do that class. Expensive though." But the thing about this class, it's expensive, but I think you're getting a lot out of it.
Yeah.
Now, this is just my outside perspective without seeing all the details. Just going to the website and kind of looking at what there is. They're helping you with finding clients. They're helping you understand things like Zoom, social media, understanding how to promote yourself and be involved in the community.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people out there who may not be in the community that will want to be involved. How do you get in with the community and join in? Like even like I tell the story, I did YouTube for almost 2 years before I was really a part of this community because it's hard with so much content to find your community.
Mm-hmm.
I just happened to be in a Facebook group with Jackie Jaqueline,
Yes.
and she knew Jennifer, and between her and Jennifer and Maitreya, and who lives in Ohio, and Don and Mike who live in Ohio, and James and Emily who live in Ohio, they were all at that first meetup at a BW3s,
Mm-hmm.
and
you found your clan.
I found my friends, I found my family,
found our group.
Yeah. And it, until you find that, you're just kind of out there.
Yeah.
And you kind of you try to gravitate. I know who Dr. Barry was. I've known who Dr. Barry was for a long time. 2 keto dudes, and Logan Delgado, which is Goody Beats, and then finally I found 2 crazy ketos in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just you start finding people, but you don't really have a community until you do. And I think these lives truly help bridge that gap for me and bring you guys to me, because you are the most valuable part of YouTube to me.
Yeah.
I mean, and I know we talk about the money, we talk about the subscribers, we talk about memberships, we talk about merch sales and affiliate sales and all these things. That's really what keeps me coming to you guys, because I have to be able to afford to do this.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, I don't know what I would do without you guys. I really would not. I would be lost. Literally lost without all of you.
Yeah.
And Tanya says, we're loyal. And it is for the fame and the glory. Fame and the glory.
I will say that going to the meetup, it was kind of cool and also super weird that everybody knew me. I'm not
well, you don't know anybody and they all know you.
Yeah.
Like you don't know you don't know what they look like, but they all know you.
Yes.
That's weird, right?
It was weird. It was awesome, but it was weird. And I was just like,
it is a thing to kind of get used to.
These people know who I am.
Because I've been to weird. KPLs, and I've been to Low Carb for Better Health, and I've been to other things, and people just kind of like the Low Carb for Better Health. I think 2 people knew who I was.
Yeah.
I think Sherry came up to me, and then there was a lady, and then I met some people that I don't know who they are anymore, just because like you meet them and they tell you their name, and then you see them around for a bit, and then they just kind of disappear. Then you don't see them anymore. So I don't know if they're in the community. There's a bunch of people that happens to. There's kind of a cyclic thing where people kind of come and go in the community.
Yeah.
Steph
but no, it was awesome, but totally weird. Hello. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, it's the fame and glory part's just weird.
Steph is here.
It's not fame and glory. It's just
Maritza.
Like, hi, I am as awkward in person as I am on the channel.
Maritza's here. She says, like, share, subscribe. And Amy says, I've been doing YouTube 7 months and I have not hit 1,000 subscribers. Last guy I talked to said he hit 1,000 subs in 6 months. It took me
everybody's different, and you can't compare
a year and a half
your progress to somebody else's. It's the same as with eating keto. You can't compare your progress to somebody else's.
Because if you compared my progress to her progress, she would have gave up a long time ago.
Yeah.
Chris is here. Mr. Bear.
Well,
Hiya.
hello.
I don't change. I've changed the check valve on the washing machine drain. Now I'm ready for the live stream.
Nice. Ooh, when you were talking about the sink not working and that there's a thing that you push, yeah, it's you pull it to make it work and you push it to make it shut off, and it does work now.
I thought it might be, just because I know that that's how the downstairs works.
It's been a minute since I've done sink work.
And I figured with a tiny person putting things away.
Yeah.
She's not gonna hear the click.
Yeah.
And go, oh, I did something.
Yeah. So the cold water was shut off on my sink upstairs. And I was like, wait, I know I paid the water bill. What's happening here? Turns out it was shut off.
It's just the push valve.
Yeah, I fixed it. It works now.
Amy says, it's more important to me to spread the PhD message than to be famous, YouTube creators, and chasing content. Yeah, I want to make sure people understand what what is possible with this way of eating, because I've done what I thought was the impossible. I'm still here.
Yeah.
And I was kind of resigned to being like my mom and just going to sit back and wait for the strokes, wait for the heart attacks, just wait for diabetes to take me.
Yeah.
That was my outlook. I mean, we didn't necessarily talk about it too much, but that's, like sometimes that's what's in my head. You know what I mean? Am I going to end up like my mom? Am I going to be like all these other people? We're just going to have strokes until I'm gone.
Yeah.
And luckily we've avoided that so far. And I mean, here we are. We started that in 2016. We're coming up into almost 10 years in this. And, it's fantastic.
Yeah. Well, and I might not have the same successes as others. I feel like I'm the only.
Say it again out loud. Edward Sparkly Boy, Cedric Diggory.
Yes. I mean, I feel like I'm the only person ever on keto to not lose weight, but I have other benefits, that I'm really happy with. I feel like I have better mental focus, better clarity. I don't get energy drainage in the middle of the afternoon. I mean, honest to God, I played pickleball last week. I played pickleball. Okay. I am a fat girl who I work, but I, do a lot of charting. So there's some sitting there, but I work 2 days a week, most weeks, sometimes 3. And then I work on eBay. So I'm sitting at a computer desk most of my time. So I don't physically do much other than having a little bit of pain in my hips. I was okay. I was good. I wasn't like dying on the court, huffing and puffing and not able to No, I was fine. And I consider that a win for keto for me, because again, I hate to say it, but I've gotten very sedentary now that I work less. Whereas when I used to work more, I did a lot more.
Because you're working about 4 days a week then?
Yeah.
Chris says, I don't think I ever heard of Jabberjaws. Wasn't he a character in 007?
Might have been.
Jaws, he had like the
Yeah.
Amy said, I actually did hurt myself. 2 hip surgeries later, but now it's how I came to keto.
Yeah.
It's raining in Las Vegas. I heard it's raining, man. Hallelujah.
That's where it would be raining, men.
It would be wet. Yeah.
It would be in Vegas.
I want to bring back Captain Caveman. Captain Caveman.
See what he's like on decaf.
I do remember Captain Caveman, however.
Yes.
Amy says, I have a 15-year-old Dell server that acts as my DVR. Well, that's all right.
Nice.
That's over 9,000. What's 9,000? I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. I missed something.
Yeah, I guess I did too.
I didn't know.
Chris says, during CCN's live, Chris was talking about what makes egg yolks gray. All I thought was nerd, nerd, nerd.
Yes. Love it.
Did you hear that, Chris? Nerd. Oh, man. Sometimes I'm just like, man, how the hell did he come up with that idea?
I don't know.
It was like, and if you do this, like it only works in the microwave at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, only between the hours of 3 and 4. I don't know. He's a special one.
But it's awesome.
Do I have an all video playlist? No, I have shorts playlist. I have a recipes playlist. I have a live stream I have live stream playlists, but I haven't been very good at keeping them. Every time I make them, I forget to add the new one to it. I had to go back and add them every once in a while.
You need to make an everything playlist so it'll just play.
Yeah. Jabberjaw was another Hanna-Barbera cartoon. They were kind of like Josie and the Pussycats. Jabberjaws was the drummer.
Ah, nice.
Drum, drum, drum. The One Direction you are going. Dustin is such a boy band fanboy. I mean, I do prefer Backstreet Boys over NSYNC.
Backstreet's back. All right. Sorry.
It's true.
I don't know. I like It's Gonna Be May.
I know, right? It's gonna be. I mean, he's like, what was the one thing you've said you regret? And he goes, May. Oh, let's see. This is what I miss most about having someone in my life is the snuggles and late night chats.
Oh, you're welcome to come here and have late night chats with us. Well, whatever time o'clock it is now. Chats.
Let's
I'm
get
sorry,
through
I'm
here.
chomping on my gum. I just
People are
realized.
loving Gen X is badass. That's right. Evelyn is talking about Captain Caveman.
Yes.
Dustin is Chandra. I am a Toys R Us kid. I was a Toys R Us
Yes,
kid too.
I don't want to grow up because, baby, if I did, I wouldn't be a Toys R Us kid.
Chris goes, I mean, you could mute the TV. My parents made me stand up and adjust the volume all the time.
Yeah, you had to walk across the living room to change the channel
I was also
mute it.
I was also the antenna. If I was sitting in the wrong spot on the floor and the TV was messing up, my mom would be like, move over right, move over to the left, move back a little bit. Okay, stay right there.
Move those rabbit ears.
Yeah. Put foil on the rabbit ears.
Yes, foil on the rabbit ears. Been there, done that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird now we get these antennas, you barely even know they're there, and you get like, they're like, oh, you get channels from 100 miles away.
I still remember when my parents got like a big screen TV, and that son of a biscuit weighed like 10 billion pounds. I swear. It was on wheels. It was attached to the thing, like the stand, and it was like this deep, as deep and wide, deep and wide. It was huge.
I don't have to say it.
Anyway, I remember that thing.
Back in my day. I mean, that's how I feel around the kids. Like back in my day, we try to get on the internet, just busy signals and the loud, weird, screeching noises, and it was like, you've got mail. Back in my day, you wanted to see a picture, you had to download it for 2 hours. Look, where's the beef?
Yes.
Jerry's here.
Hi, Jerry.
Kay, thank you so very much. A $20
awesome,
super
Kay.
chat. I think you would be a great coach. Thank you for all you do. Well, thank you so much, Kay. We appreciate you so much.
I think he'd be a good coach too.
Just gotta make it happen, Captain.
Well.
Bride's Biscuit says, I always wanted a car upholstered with rich Corinthian leather.
Yes.
Then you realize after a year or two, it just cracks.
And then it sits out in the sun and you're like,
and it's like,
that's what it feels like to set my thighs on fire.
Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is.
Yes, I remember that one too.
Like the NyQuil commercials. And I love like SNL commercials. There was like an SNL commercial. Excuse me. There was an SNL commercial one time. It was like a couple that I really, really remembered. It was like this old car. Like inside, it was luxury through and through, like a Rolls Royce on the inside.
Yeah.
And the outside, it was an old rusty beater. Like, and like if you hit the antenna, it was like a broken coat hanger came out. And then like you hit the alarm, it was like beep, beep, and the tire went flat.
Yes.
It was so awesome. And then there was a commercial that with Chris Farley. And it was for like this NyQuil product, but it was like a gallon of NyQuil stuff. Mm-hmm. And you just drank it to sleep through the cold season. And like he finally like, and then there was like the brush, you just brush out your lungs. And then like he woke up and his wife's like, oh, so good. Here's the Super Bowl on a VHS tape. Oh, speaking of, can you believe the Indiana Pacers are going to the NBA Finals?
That's weird.
For the first time in 25 years.
I remember the first time they went.
Yeah, that was like back in the day.
Yeah.
Indiana Pacers, and we're still kind of a joke.
Well,
but there was a funny thing that I heard. It was like they were talking about like when the Pacers first were going into game 1 with New York. They're like, oh, and you're going to see all these celebrities like 50 Cent and Spike Lee and all the people who come out to the NBA games in New York. And then there was like, and then game 2 or 3 will be in Indianapolis where you'll see celebrities like Chuck Lofton, the weather guy. It was so funny.
Yes.
I'm like, but we had some celebrities in town. We had like 50 Cent, Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Jelly Roll was in town.
Spike Lee always comes.
Yeah, Spike Lee, he's looking rough.
Well.
And I mean, he ain't even got like, he and Reggie Miller had a hug together. Yeah, I mean, I watched a little bit of game 3. I shouldn't have because we lost that game. I didn't watch any of the other ones.
I'm blaming you.
That's true. You should blame me.
Blaming you.
Yeah, don't squeeze the Charmin, Sean.
Yes. Please don't squeeze the Charmin.
Oh, the Budweiser commercials with the Clydesdales
or the frogs. Bud.
Why?
Or
like Why that?
Oh, the What's Up commercial. Oh God, that was awful. That was truly terrible.
Oh, I remember one night I was still living at home in my old bedroom where I grew up, and I was watching TV late at night, and like this commercial comes on, and I'm like, okay, I'm sitting there waiting for the commercial to go off, and like a bug crawls across the screen, and I'm like, wait, really? And then it crawls across again, and just as I was standing up to turn the light on to see where this bug was, like it was like a
Wasn't it Raid?
It wasn't a Raid commercial. It was like a bug service or whatever. Do you have bugs in your house? And I'm like, and I guess a lot of people have thrown stuff at their TV and broke their TVs during those commercials.
I remember that commercial because I remember feeling creeped.
Well, because I was in the dark, so obviously it seemed really real.
Yeah,
I was like that's kind of like how that video that I did for Amy, because it had the spiders crawling across the screen. Yeah.
Well, and not just the commercials, but think about the theme songs to your favorite shows. I mean, they were really good. They were on point. You take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and then you have the facts of life. The facts of life.
And then, like, I mean, do you guys know about the dance of joy? Aye, hey. You know.
There were so many things.
Like the pop culture was very truncated back then. So pop culture was like very small. Like everybody knew the pop culture. So it was everybody had like the references, like whether it was the ending of MASH or like all the Cheers, like Miami Vice, all the big cultural phenomenons. Like when what's his name got shot on Dallas.
The Blue,
NYPD Blue.
Was that it? The one where Hill Street Blues, and he showed his butt. Was the first butt on TV.
No, that was my NYPD Blue.
That's what it was. NYPD.
That was like, it was
the
like
first butt on TV, and it was like, you would have thought the world was going to burn. Everybody talking about.
I watched that TV. Show. I'm like, there's going to be butts on this show. Yeah,
and it was some old man's butt.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh, that's like I remember watching River run through it because it was like, there's going to be, and it was a butt. I was like, oh, yeah.
But everybody watched the same movies. Everybody watched the same TV.
Sherry says TV was black and white in my youth. Mine too, because I had a 12-inch black and white TV in my room. Jaheel!
Jaheel, we've missed you. Where
Hi, Evelyn. Hi, all. Dustin and Chandra. Can you adopt me? I don't cook or clean or follow rules. I'm super obnoxious. I break things and throw lots of fits. I hope that's. Well, I
already have a lot of them.
We already have a granddaughter. You'd just be a grandkid.
You would just, yeah.
But you have your own money, right?
Yeah, as long as you have your own money, we're good.
I mean, our boys have their own money, and they barely help us do anything around the house.
They help some.
Some. I'm very limited in what I ask them to do
because you don't want to.
Because otherwise they'll fight with them, and they're like, ugh. Yeah. I just pick and choose things that I really don't want to do that day.
Yeah.
Like, can you help me with that, please? Let's see. Amy's been doing this lifestyle since 2018. Didn't find my family until KPL 24.
Well, we're at least happy you found your family.
Yeah.
And we're happy to be a part of it.
Oh, Steph says, very nice to meet you. It was very surprising.
It was nice to meet you, too.
It was so hard for me to keep a secret, by the way.
I was told by everybody how antsy and nervous he was. And I was like, it's just me.
Evelyn says, I hugged you before I even told you who I was. Chandra, I knew better, but I'm evil. Evil.
I think I tried very hard to not come off cold when I received hugs. I appreciate it. I know that that's how other people communicate, and I'm working on being better about it. So I appreciate it, and thank you.
Julie asks, does anybody know what's going on with Shelly and Heath? My understanding is they just stepped away from YouTube for an indefinite amount of time just for themselves, I guess. So that's really all I know. I mean, it's difficult, especially when you make plans to do something every Tuesday night. Like Tuesday night, we like to go get wings.
Ooh, I do like to go. We can't get wings. They're not beef, butter, bacon, or eggs.
I mean, you can do chicken if you really wanted to, but
it's not fun if you're not going to eat chicken with me.
I mean, what they don't know won't hurt them.
Beef, butter, bacon, eggs, and chicken.
Andy says, I'm not comparing. It's a side subject with me. 192 subs in 9 months. I needed a reevaluation. I mean, realistically, I think you guys are all doing fantastic. The number of subs is relative, and I think you guys putting yourselves out there is fantastic, and I love it.
Well,
And the more you do, and the more, I mean, it took me a while to hit 100 subs. It took me a while to get to 200 subs, but then you just kind of get momentum. You get a video that starts to do well, and then you just kind of get, like, one of my videos, I've gotten almost 800 or 900 subs off of one video.
well, and you've got to figure what are you also getting out of it otherwise?
Yeah.
Not getting the subs or the views or whatever, but are you able to talk about things that you're maybe not able to talk about in other situations? Are you able to talk and catch up with friends and grow your extended family? I feel like, we do this because we enjoy doing it. We do this, you do this more than I do because it's just something you really like doing and you enjoy it. So it would be absolutely wonderful if he could make a living at it, but reality is that that's probably never going to happen. But joining a family, creating our own family, and growing friend circles
And
is
like I
really
say,
beneficial.
and I say all the time, I have friends who live 20 minutes down the road.
Mhm.
They don't go to lunch with me. I have people who live 4 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours away, who will drive that time to come have lunch with us.
Yeah.
Whether it's a meetup, I mean, how many times has Sean and Shell shown up to something and they live really far away?
Yeah.
We've had people from New York. We've had people from Kansas, been driving all night from Kansas to come to a meetup. That's crazy.
And
But it's so like warming
Yeah.
to know that you have people out there who feel a connection with you and want to be around you and want to drive hours and hours just to spend a couple of hours with you and then repeat the process and go all the way back home.
Yeah. Well, and so, it doesn't matter how many subs or how much of a following or whatever you have. If you're able to get other benefits from it, even just being able to talk through whatever's going on right now, it's nice to have a community that's there with you, and the YouTube is a time and a money suck, but it also does provide a lot of benefits. It's like, I don't get all the benefits that everybody else gets from keto, but I get other benefits, so I'm okay with it.
Look what Jill had to say. Jill says, I actually went up to Dustin outside of a Buc-ee's and asked for an autograph. I had a pen and picture ready for him to go. And to his credit, he pimp slapped me and hit me with his car. I loved it. Huge fan.
Jahil, I love you. I just do. You're hilarious.
Oh, my goodness. I don't think you understand what you would get from me if we actually met in person, Jill.
Oh, my God. You would basically make out. I mean, you'd probably hug.
Hug very much.
For 20 years.
It was hug for 500, Alex.
Hug that never let go, to the point where I would be uncomfortable and I wouldn't be
Reese's
involved.
Back again. Ooh, Jaqueline is here.
Jaqueline!
I had 8 eggs and a cap steak, 12 pieces of bacon, a spoonful of bone marrow, and 2 spoonfuls of butter. Heart disease is delicious.
Just a spoonful of butter makes whatever go down.
Yeah. Something, depending on what kind of movie you're watching. Anyway, let's see. Sherry says, it's trying to rain where I am. It's been all around me all day. I am a very cargo shorts person.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Where were we? Oh, I was out with Pooks, and she said that guy looks like Paul, and it was a really old. It was when we went to Costco. It was a really, really old guy wearing cargo pants. And I think she meant that guy looks like how you're going to look when you're old.
I already look old.
Because it was like a gray-haired guy, and he was wearing cargo pants. And she was like, that guy looks like Paul.
And Chris says, Jackie is here. Time for me to leave. JK, but I do need to go get the computer ready. Because they go live right after us, and we will be linking you right there.
Yes. We'll ship you over.
I played Pong. I had an Atari 2600.
I played Pong. My brother had an Atari. Oh, excuse me.
Jaqueline
you burped and then I caught it.
Yep. Jaqueline is heading to work.
Well, we hope you have a good night.
I mean, that was like 15 minutes ago, so she might already be there.
Okay, either way, we hope you have a good night.
Amy had Pong on the Atari. Carrie says, I changed the channel with the foil as well. And then my dad had the remote that looked like a brick from RCA. My dad back in the day was a channel flipper. He hated commercials. Well, that's like the thing is, it's like they were all on commercials at the same time.
Well, and we watched in my house, we would watch like Dateline and then the news and all that kind of stuff. The kids were only in control of the TV on Saturday mornings, and you had to get up and run down the stairs and get there before my parents would come and switch it over to something news. It was a lot.
This makes sense. This checks out. Chris says, I use a 56K Flex, not X2 modem handshake sound for my ringtone.
Yes.
Nerd. Oh, and this is Evelyn. This is Evelyn right here. This sounds exactly like I translated the Toys R Us song into German and did a commercial for a grade.
Nice.
Nerds.
We love you, nerds. We are nerdy too. One of my
did we ever get a chance to talk about the flock chips? We were going to talk about flock chips.
We did not talk about the flock chips, but we probably should.
Yeah, go ahead and talk about the flock chips.
Okay, so I don't know if anybody else has ordered flock chips before or had them before. They're chicken skin chips, right? And they're pretty good. But they're done with crappy oils, but other than that, they're pretty good. And last time we did BBB&E, I was replacing bacon with chicken. This time I'm trying the bacon, but I had ordered some flock chips in case the bacon and I are not friends, which thus far I've had bacon once and I didn't die of my heartburn. I had some, but it wasn't as bad as it normally is. So ordered the flock chips, got their extra large bags. And I swear the last time I ordered their extra large bags, they were like 6-ounce bags. They were big. I got them in the mail this time and they're 2.5-ounce bags for $64 for 8 bags. That's ridiculous. That absolutely not. I will not be buying from them again. I don't know if it's shrinkflation. I know I didn't read it right because it says clearly right on there.
It does.
2.5 ounces.
Because I went and double checked. I was like,
yeah. But I bought them not even 3 months ago. And they were 6 or 8 ounce bags. I can't remember which one, 6 or 8 ounces. And now they are 2.5-ounce bags. I won't be paying for that again. Absolutely not. There's no way that makes any kind of sense at all. I mean, if you guys like flock chips, have at it, more power to you. I actually enjoy them. I will not be buying them again because there's no way I'm going to spend that kind of money for crappy seed oils and tiny amounts. No.
We need to start digging to see if we can find our own chicken skins, and I'll fry them up for you.
No.
Let's see. Tony, or Mr. Delisle says, I feel bad calling him by his first name. Just Mr. Delisle. Boomers are in better shape because we had to get up and change the channel every 30 minutes.
Yes.
Let's see. Amy said, Chris, one of my jobs was to war dial into auto dealerships' modems and download their data. I was hearing the modem sound all day and night. Oh my gosh, that's so rough.
Oh, that noise. It's burned into my brain.
Yeah,
I
great
won't
for
ever
us
forget
Hoosiers. That's right, Hoosiers.
Hoosiers.
There's more than corn in Indiana.
At Indiana Beach. Beautiful Lake Schaefer, Monticello, Indiana.
And I have never been there.
I went once.
I've seen it. I went to a wedding nearby.
It was meh.
Yeah.
It's not a beach.
The Real Men of Genius commercials were great.
Yes.
The Terminex commercial was the
bug one.
Well, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what. Okay, I knew it was something, but I couldn't remember. And the Raid commercials had the drawn roaches, and they were like Raid.
That explains a girl's scream coming from Dustin's room. I mean, welcome. Oh my goodness, Spuds McKenzie. Yeah. Doobie doobie doo. Beware of the penguin. Let's see. Sunday Chronicles is here. Good evening.
Thanks for joining us.
Evelyn says, Carl says, I just wanted to make her feel uncomfortable regarding Chandra and the hugs.
I think I did pretty good. I tried. I tried not to step back too much when people were in my space, and I tried not to not let people touch me. I think I tried. I think
Tanya
I was
says
pretty successful.
white knuckling the no cheese or dairy thing. We're still having some dairy because we put dairy in our coffee. I put butter and
Yeah.
cream in my coffee, cream and butter in her coffee. I'm not giving that up, but it's still helping me with the food noise. And the butter that I put in my coffee does help with satiety, along with just eating the meat and eggs.
I just don't like black coffee. I mean, I can drink it if I
Yeah.
have to and there's no other choices, but the reality is that I like my coffee to have a little bit of texture.
Whoop whoop. Tony, Mr. Delisle just subbed Malalavalot.
Woohoo!
Let's see. Amy says, I wish I had YouTube during C years, 2020 and
Yeah.
2021, the dark, lonely time I could have had, used the interaction. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I started in 2021. I started YouTube in 2021. It was January 1st, 2021. I really hit the ground running and started putting a video out every day for a while. That was obviously not sustainable, but, you know. Yeah, a spoonful of sugar helps
Makes
the
them,
medicine
but a
go
spoonful of
down.
butter is what Jackie was taking. A spoonful of butter makes everything just good. I don't know.
Yeah.
What can we turn that into?
Evelyn said, to be fair, Dustin is always at Costco.
Yeah, he always looks like that guy at Costco because he's always that guy at Costco. Yeah, during the COVID years, I was at work.
See, Jerry makes flock chips in the air fryer.
We just haven't had anywhere where we can just get skins.
Back for 5 minutes. That was 3 minutes ago. He's got 2 minutes.
Ooh.
The countdown has begun.
Risa said something about flock chips.
Risa says, I love flock chips. I got a bag of the salt and vinegar. I love the Hattie B's Nashville Hot. I got them from Thrive Market for way cheaper than $64.
Well, I was just so disappointed because it was $64 for 8 bags. But the last time I bought them for 8 bags, $64 wasn't that big a deal because they were the extra large size, which at the time was more ounces. Like the bags were bigger, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But now they're like little tiny bag, little bitty bags, extra large. 2.5 ounces. Absolutely not.
Chris says, many butchers will save you the chicken skins for free if you ask. We just got to actually find a butcher because I've gone to butcher-like places.
They say they're butcher shops around us,
but they're
not. They're not actually butchers.
Yeah, they're kind of like Walmart.
Yeah, everything's already prepackaged and ready to go.
Free chicken skin at butcher. Yeah, I've tried, but no, we just haven't found one that has them or is willing to give them to us.
We're suburban. Yeah. So there's not really anything near us, and we probably just need to go more rural.
Oh, Sherry says, Dustin, I bought a bag of those mustard chips just because I really wanted to try them. Yucky. I wanted to buy a bag.
Ew.
And I have not been able to find them. I saw them the one time, and I went back at Target the other day, and just yesterday, and they didn't have them already.
Mustard.
So I'm hoping to find the bag for my birthday. Yeah. Spud McKenzie was an actual dog, but it was a girl. I think so.
I think it was.
Shander's bug voice sounded like the commercial.
That rain.
Brian Doyle's in the house.
Thanks for joining us.
And Chris says, I don't consider butter as dairy since it only essentially has no milk protein. Clarify the butter, melt it, and you'll have zero protein, aka, and whatever that word is, nerd word you just said.
It's too small for me to read it. Anhydrous.
Anhydrous milk fat?
Yeah, anhydrous milk fat.
Okay. Let's see. Mama Nashville here. Indiana song, Who's Your Buddy? Who's Your Pal? Who's Your Lovin'? Deanna from the professor at Purdue. Why is Ash's song Stuck on Indiana not being played at the Fever games? Not being played at the Pacer games? It should be being played at the Indiana State Fair this year. I've tagged them all on Twitter. We need to get the campaign. Do we got to do one of those one of those change.org things to get the song?
It definitely needs to be out there.
Stuck
that's for sure.
on Indiana. I suck at singing, but
Yeah, we know.
It's Aaron is here, Miss Booby Goat.
Booby goats. Goats with boobies.
Boobies. Ask your butcher for free. I don't have a butcher.
Yeah, we need to find a butcher.
Free is good. I like Free.
Free is the best.
Suburban. Remember the movie The Burbs? I haven't seen that in
Yes.
so long. I need to watch it again.
There's so many movies on that. We haven't seen it in so long type of movie. Need to watch it again.
Yeah. So that's a list in of itself.
Yeah.
Let's see. Love that movie. Everybody's saying all the things. I got to get my grocery order just as the rain lightning shows. Oh my goodness. Well,
Oof.
good luck, Sherry. Anyway, it's time for us to go. We love you. Head on over to Chris and Miriam for Keto Chow. Their live is right now.
And this should boot you over there, but if it doesn't, head on over there on your own.
Anyway, tell
They're a
them,
fun time.
tell them Dustin and Chandra sent you.
Yes. Right.
We love you.
Bye, guys. Have a great night.
Bye.